Daryl, we've got the fact that they're saying there's 6 names, a cluster of names that are all known in the New Testament, part of Jesus' family, so therefore this is an outstanding example, and it's 600 to 1. This must be the fact of Jesus' tomb, his family tomb. Problem is you got 3 names that shouldn't be in there, okay? One of them is Matthew. Let's talk about that first.
Well, that's real quick. There is no record of anyone named Matthew in Jesus' family. The special claims, well, this is Jesus' special disciple who wrote the first gospel, but you can't have this both ways. If Matthew's in there, you don't have a family tomb, or if you do have a family tomb, you've got other people creeping into the figuring, and that just complicates everything in terms of the math. But he doesn't belong there if it's a family tomb, and so that's an ossuary that's there that shouldn't be.
Yeah, second one would be Judas, son of Jesus.
Well, this assumes that Jesus is married and that he had children. And there is no evidence for this, not only in the New Testament, but outside the New Testament. We went through this in great detail during the Da Vinci Code discussion when Dan Brown claimed that Jesus had a daughter in France. Okay, now we've got Jesus having a son in Israel, and we've got them in 2 different locations. So I guess Jesus actually is omnipresent.
Yeah, so that's a non-starter. Then the third one is you got Mariamne y Mara, and they're saying that actually is a reference to Mary Magdalene, and therefore we got some evidence that Jesus and Mary were married.
Yes, they have, and the way they do that is to do a DNA test and to suggest that the person that was in the Mariamne of Talpiot box and the Jesus of Talpiot box, that they don't biologically match. Their DNA doesn't match, so they must be married. But that's crazy. All it shows is that they're not biologically related, and if you tested me for who I wasn't related to in Dallas, what you would expect is a non-match, and you don't know from the non-match if she's related to another male in the tomb. So there are just a lot of problems with that suggestion as well.
What about the idea that Mariamne is referred to in some of the Gnostic Gospels, Acts of Philip, and so on?
Well, this is a suggestion from Francois Bovant, that has a professor at Harvard who's an expert in these texts, who's made this suggestion. That actually is debated which Mary we're talking about in the Acts of Philip. That's the first thing to say. And then the second thing to say is that Francois Bovant, after he saw the show, came out and made a statement saying, yes, I've suggested that in the Acts of Philip this identification exists, but I don't buy this theory at all.
Right. He said it's actually science fiction that Jesus and Mary would be married.
Exactly right.